Hello everyone and welcome to our channel, and today I'll be reading a Childe X Reader by me. So let's get into it. Childe was a lover. That was kind of a part of his personality. He loved a lot of things. And he always made sure to put that love into his life. Like the way he loved Susu and made things possible just so you could smile. Or the way he just loved children in general and loved to bring them smiles. And didn't want their dreams being torn apart. Or the way he loved fishing. Or sparring. There were many things he was passionate about. And he made sure to include them. And they were parts of his personality. Whether they may be ugly or not. But, all in all, he was a person whose love defined him. Sort of, even though he may love some weird things. Like wanting to fight someone to death a couple times. Yeah, that's not really lovely here, but it's true of him. But seeing you, Childe, started experiencing a new type of love. A different one that he never thought he would experience in his life. And now that he did, he feels so lucky he got to. He feels so lucky that he got to meet you and see you and love you this way. But it just seems so that everything he gets has a problem that he should fix. And that included you as well. Life wasn't simple, and that was something that Childe understood perfectly. I mean, he would understand a lot, having been fallen into the abyss and having to fight his way out. At only the ripe age of 14. He had gone through it, and he knows how rough it can be for others. But he never knew that you'd be facing something that could be this bad. It only started after a few more nights of hanging out together, sleepovers and such, that he noticed that you were acting quite weird. Well, the first fact was that you never wore a shirt. Everything you wore was long-sleeved, so I never really saw you in anything that had short sleeves or anything normal like that. Or shorts. You were always trying to hide your body. At first he thought it was because of an insecurity. But he noticed that you wear tight clothes, so it must not be that. It was something else, right? You couldn't be just insecure about your body. Then again, some people were. He wouldn't blame you after all. He just thought you were absolutely beautiful. But then, something solidified the theory he had. Of you not just being insecure, but something else playing at this. The fact that you flinched whenever he came near you, without warning, suddenly. You always seemed to be shocked, surprised, and not in a pleasant way. You'd be scared, and you could see it. And one time, he raised his voice at you playfully, telling you that if you don't listen to him, he was going to show you. It was a joke. It really was. He would never hurt you. He wouldn't dream of you being hurt ever. But it seemed like life was so cruel that everyone he loved could be in pain so easily. And he was doomed to have to rule with a protector in your life. And many others. He didn't actually care if he had to protect you. But when the sleeves just slipped back a little bit, and he saw those bruises in your arm that looked quite new and big, there was nothing in the world that could describe how he was feeling at that moment. The shock and the disgust in his eyes. Not at you, never at you, but who hurt you? Who could do this to you? And how? Why in the first place? And before you know it, he's grabbing your arm, a little bit too roughly, and asking you who did this. And as much as you try to derail the situation, he'll admit nothing and you just bumped into something. He doesn't believe you. And you end up crumbling, telling him everything, crying as he holds you in his arms. giving you promises of safety, and telling you he'll sort it out. And Child, in all his life, has never broken a promise. If that was something about him, then he would keep it that way. Because he never wanted to break this promise to you. He will keep you safe. And he will sort everything out so you won't have to be hurt again. You won't have to be hurt again as long as he's there. And he'll make sure it stays that way. He kisses you that day and tells you just how much he loves you and how you're so precious to him. He told you you're so beautiful no matter how many scars you have. He tells you you're so beautiful no matter how many people have hurt you. Because pain doesn't mean that you deserve it if it happens to you. It may happen to good people and bad people too. And you, he knew you were good. And he didn't deserve any of the shit that you went through. And that's why he wanted to protect you until the end of this world. He let you stay in his arms the entire night, protectively holding you. And the two of you slept together as you held you in his arms, watching over you even as you slept, like a guardian angel of some sort. And when you woke up with a breakfast on your bed. He was just a sweet gentleman like that. He would spoil you. Absolutely. And he would make sure you ate and cheer you up before telling you that he has to go for work. And mysteriously, that work happens to be meeting your family who did this to you. And he does have a go at them, yelling at them and threatening them, telling them that there will be no nation in Teyvat that will be able to hide them effectively from him, as long as he wants to find them. And if they upset you, then they'll be forever at his mercy. And it's terrifying, because he means it, every word of it. And they were just humans, no visions, no connections, nothing. And he would be able to so easily get rid of them in a convenient manner that he wouldn't know. So, they did learn their lesson. And it just so happened that all of a sudden they agreed to move in with him, since he was a good boyfriend and all, and he would take good care of you. Wow. You didn't suspect it because he told you that he wouldn't do anything to your family, and they didn't act so suspicious, except for the fact that they were trying to be a little bit nicer. But you really didn't think he did anything that dangerous. And honestly, he wants to keep it that way. You shouldn't have to worry about anything. And if seeing your smiles meant that you would have to work harder just to keep it that way, then so be it. Because you deserve every smile you get. And Child will make sure you get 1,000 and 1,000,000 more.